All right, so recall from the last segment, we talked about the process of change here, right? So we've got the comfort zone, which is where you don't want to change, right? And in fact, in the comfort zone, you don't know what you don't know. So therefore, there is no desire to change whatsoever. At point B, you now become aware of what you don't know. So in a way, you sort of know what you don't know and you want to know it. So that's the desire to change, which plunges you into this trial and error, trial and error, trial and error. But notice something curious. It doesn't matter how many times you try and fall down. The actual change itself takes place at point C, which is where you know, where you know how to do it. That happens in an instant. It's a pivot point. It's not a long drawn out process. Sure, this might be a long drawn out process. And for a lot of people, especially people who don't work with coaches, they end up in that cycle for a long time. And it's unpleasant to say the least. But change itself is instantaneous, right? When you find the sequence, that's it. Snap. Change happens in a snap. Now, once that change takes place, you've only done it once, and that's great, but you've got to master it. You've got to master it so that it's the way you do it every time, which means you also have to repeat until you can't get it wrong. And that's where most people in the coaching process, they miss it. Sure, a lot of coaches focus on this, getting their person to that change point. But what happens when that person gets all the way to here? They have to be able to do it where they can't get it wrong. They have to be able to do it where they can't get it wrong, so that it becomes a habit, a dominant program and a pattern, so that they can operate at the new level without thinking about it. So change itself is a pivot point. It takes place right here at point C, right? You don't know what you don't know. You know what you don't know. You know what you know. And now you become unconscious about what you know. It just happens. So you don't even have to think about it. You just do it. And this is critical. So these two components are where coaches can really make a difference with their clients, because here what you're doing is enabling the client to get in touch with the resources that they need to make the change. And then on this side of the process, what you're doing is enabling the clients to repeat the successful behavior until it becomes the dominant pattern. Change happens in a snap.